right, welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Alex Miskovic. He is the CEO of Terra Balcanica Resources. And Alex, it's good to see you. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, excited to learn a bit more about the company. You operate in kind of an interesting area that a lot of people may not consider for mining, but it really, because of a company moving in, it really now has a bit of a track record in mining. So tell me a little bit about where you operate and that company moving in, what that has done to the industry.
Well, we are a publicly listed Canadian explorer with headquarters here in Vancouver. However, we operate in Bosnia and Serbia. These two countries are part of the Balkan Peninsula, southeastern Europe. And I might want to remind your viewers that Balkan may seem strange to some, but when you think of Čukaru and the success that Nevsun Resources and Reservoir Resources have accomplished in the region, as well as the fact that some other Canadian companies like Dundee Precious Metals operate in the region. They have a couple operating mines. Eldorado Gold has an operating asset in Greece and Turkey, as well as the recent success of Adriatic Metals. It actually yields itself to the fact that Balkans, although may be emerging part of the world, it certainly is an ancient mining district. And that's exactly where we saw the potential to capitalize on the wealth of knowledge, a very skilled workforce in the region. I would say world-class geology, but at the same time, apply modern techniques for exploration that the region just hasn't seen so far.
Yeah, and in that specific area, the government has really made a commitment to mining there. They've changed one of the key rules, and by extending the time that you can actually have an exploration license, and they've almost doubled it up to 8 years. Why is that so significant?
That's correct, Steve. So what Bosnia, and in particular Republic of Srpska, which is part of Bosnia and Herzegovina, the entity has decided is to actually really listen to the investors and the mining sector. Even though they've seen quite a lot of influx in the last 2 or 3 years, after talking to the minister and state secretaries, a couple of us members of the sector have highlighted the fact that what's really important is that Bosnia and Herzegovina allows a proper time frame for exploration to be conducted. Previous time frame consisted of only 3 + 1.5 years, 4.5 years, which really, in the opinion of many from the industry, wasn't sufficient to execute a proper exploration program. After some suggestions and listening and being presented with the best case examples worldwide, in other words, how long it takes for a mining project to be executed, they've really adopted many of the good suggestions and best practices and effectively doubled the time. So now we have a formula 3 + 3 + 2. In other words, an exploration company can hold onto an exploration asset for full 8 years before it actually has to convert it to a mining license or mining permit.
Okay, let's talk about your polymetallic project that you have in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Tell me a little bit about it and what stage you're at right now.
So we have existed as a private entity for about 20 months, during which time it was a strategic decision to really dedicate ourselves towards target definition. So over the last 20 months, focusing on a particular part of Bosnia, which is the only extent of the so-called Tethyan metallogenic belt within the country itself. This prolific part of the Eocene geology runs through Serbia and Greece and onwards southeast. However, in Bosnia, it occupies only one particular region. And that volcanic complex is actually where exactly Terra Balcanica holds the ground. We are focused around the region where there's an operating mine, a lead, zinc, silver mine producing about 330,000 tons of lead, zinc, silver concentrate a year. We have staked 216 kilometers of prolific land around the mine. And as I said, really executed a very detailed, very thorough exploration program during the last 20 months existing as a private entity. The idea was to, once we become listed as a public company, which we have successfully done on the 20th of June, is to actually start executing upon that target generation and start drilling, trenching, and doing all the work that, of course, adds value to the investors and our shareholders.
So sort of explain to me what stage you're at then. I know you have done some trenching and things like that, but what's sort of the work plan moving forward here?
So what we currently are undertaking is about 3,500 meters first pass drilling program on Viogor-Zanik project, which will include about 25 diamond drill holes some of them targeting fairly shallow polymetallic epithermal mineralization. So we're talking lead, zinc, silver, copper, gold, and antimony type vein-hosted mineralization, as well as deep porphyry targets, which we have identified in other parts of our portfolio cluster. These targets have been imaged using airborne geophysics, which we have executed last year, about 1,400 line kilometers of airborne geophysics, which have yielded quite promising targets. And hopefully by the end of this year, Q3, Q4, we'll be in a position to test every single one of them and present hopefully very positive results based on that.
Yeah. Alex, it sounds like it's a really exciting time for you and the company. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. I mean, a very thorough and scientific work that was applied during the last 20 months now is finally being tested, and hopefully it will bear fruit. We of course are also in the business of expanding our portfolio. So not only are we having a Viogor-Zanik in Bosnia, we have two other licenses in Serbia. One is called Kaludra, and the other one is called Ceovište. One is, I would say, classic Balkan style epithermal mineralization, lead, zinc, silver, whereas the other one is a pure gold target. We like the fact that Terra Balcanica has a basket of metal commodities, everything from gold and silver, precious metal basket, to more green energy transition metals such as zinc, copper, and lead.
Absolutely. Well, Alex, appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Exciting times for you, and we look forward to following your story as well. So it's great to see you again. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a good day.
All right, you as well. There's Alex Miskovic. He's the CEO of Terra Balcanica Resources.